Silo Season 2 is dropping on Apple TV Plus this November 15th. And as the release date gets closer, we're reviewing all the details of the first season so that you'll feel right up to speed before the new season. Welcome to Episode Echoes. We're continuing our brief recaps of all the episodes of Silo Season 1, breaking down the key moments, twists, and of course, all those hidden clues you might have missed. Today we're reviewing Episode 2, titled Holston's Pick. Also, if you have not caught up to the events of this episode yet, you can watch my brief reviews of the events of the previous episode. And because this review will be describing key plot points and events of Silo Episode 2, a spoiler alert is in place. Before we start, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and ringing the bell to stay in the loop when we release new videos. Episode 2 continues exactly where Episode 1 left off in the storyline as we see Sheriff Becker being sent out to clean. It's definitely a more heavy-handed and emotional scene than Allison's cleaning because, well, he's the sheriff and also because people seem to have trusted him. We watch his cleaning from the perspective of the workers in the deep, including Juliette, who seems more distraught than the others. From Sheriff Becker's cleaning, it becomes somewhat obvious why everyone who goes outside the silo always cleans. Sheriff Becker, just like Allison, once outside sees the lush green fields and blue skies with a bunch of birds flying by. So if it is proof that the outside world is indeed habitable, then they have to let everyone inside the silo know the truth. That's why everyone sent out to clean always cleans. Sheriff Becker does not last long outside the silo anyway, as the toxic and poisonous environment gets to him. I love that he put in his dying efforts to get to, supposedly, Allison's corpse before he passes out. From this point onwards, the episode carries on a bit more slowly than the first episode, as we're introduced to more of the show's main characters. We meet some enforcers from the judiciary, led by Mr. Sims, who looks very unlikable. We also meet Martha, Juliette's mother figure friend, and some of the people from the Down Deep in Mechanical. We hear about the porters who haul packages up and down the central stairwell of the silo. But really, why are there no elevators in a structure more than 144 levels deep? We also get more insight into Juliette and George's relationship. We learn that she was in an unsanctioned relationship with George and that she cared about him deeply. Everyone believes George's death to be suicide except for Juliette, who is adamant that he was murdered. We follow Sheriff Becker's investigation of George's death and his meetings with Juliette as they explore the depths of the silo where she used to meet with George. They eventually find George's clues and the hard drive from Episode 1. Apparently there are levels to relics, and the hard drive was a red level relic that could potentially destroy the silo, and possession of a red level relic was probably enough offence to send someone out to clean. Sheriff Becker takes the hard drive into his possession and promises to send word if he found something. And although Juliette never heard from him until he was sent out to clean, we know he definitely left a message for Juliette because, as we quickly learn from Deputy Barnes, Sheriff Becker left a note appointing her as his replacement for the sheriff position.
I, Holston Becker, nominate Juliette Nichols of Mechanical as my successor.
The episode ends with Juliette discovering the last bit of clues that George had left for her and going to find it. The part I enjoyed the most from this episode was the strong emotions on Sheriff Becker's face when he first saw the gigantic drill deep in the belly of the silo. This episode was a definite no-frills progression of the storyline, with George's death used to good effect as a unifying theme. We don't learn a lot about Juliette besides her relationship with George, Martha, and the rest of her mechanical friends. We learn that she's a bit of a rebel without being very overbearing or arrogant. Rebecca Ferguson's introductory performance in this episode is simply terrific. Also, something I forgot to mention in the last video is the excellent music score. The background music hits all the right notes and at the same time creates all those palpable tensions wherever it is needed. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider giving the video a like and subscribing to Episode Echoes for more TV and movie reviews. I'm always interested in hearing your thoughts, so feel free to share your own take in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.